Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Laura Gray. You may call me either Dr. Gray or Dr. G. Please do not call me by my first name, and please do not call me Mrs. Gray. I am Dr. Gray for the purposes of this class, and I am excited to be with you for the fall semester 2025. We've got lots of new things going on with this course, mostly because we are now in Canvas. So if this is your first time using Canvas, there's a little bit to learn, but it's pretty intuitive and pretty user-friendly. If you've been here for a while at CWI and you're accustomed to using Blackboard, you're going to find that this is pretty different. So hang in there, and I expect by the second or third week, everybody will have gotten the hang of it. Now, let's get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way, okay? The first thing you need to do before watching the rest of this video or before doing anything else is to read the syllabus for this course. The syllabus is going to answer 99% of the questions you have. It's going to tell you all about how the course is laid out, what's expected of you, policies for late work, and pretty much anything else that you want to know. And that syllabus is a contract between you and me. Now, I already know what's in the syllabus because I wrote it, but it is your responsibility as well to know what's contained in there. Because if you have a question that can be answered in the syllabus, I am going to refer you to the syllabus to find the answer to that question. And like I said, pretty much any situation you can think of, the information in there covers. So that's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do is to watch this video from beginning to end and understand that it is your responsibility to either read any announcements I post or watch announcement videos every week. Okay, you should be logging on at least 3 or 4 times a week, and you need to look when you're there to see if there are any new announcements. I will post weekly announcements on the Sunday afternoon prior to that week. So right now, this announcement is covering week 1, which begins on Monday, August 18th and goes through Sunday the 24th. Now, I'm going to walk you through the assignments and the things that you have to do this week. And I'm also going to give you some tips on how to do your best with these things. It is really, really important that you read the instructions for each assignment very carefully and are able to follow directions. The 2 reasons people don't pass this class, and most of them do, but the 2 reasons people don't pass this class is because A, they either just do nothing and don't turn anything in, or B, they cannot follow directions. So much of what your grade is built on is the ability to follow instructions and follow directions. And if you do that and do things exactly as the assignment asked you to, you're going to be fine. Of course, throw in there that you're going to have to use standard English. We can't write like we text, and good grammar, and we're going to learn about APA. You probably learned MLA in high school, but we will be using APA in this class, which is a lot different than MLA. So when we get to that, I will give you some resources. Now, looking ahead to this week, the first thing you need to do is look under the Getting Started tab. And there are 6 items under that tab. There's a course introduction, there's Meet the Instructor, that's me, there's my faculty drop-in hours, There's a place to ask questions about the course if you have any that your peers, your classmates may answer. I don't monitor this, but if you have questions that you think your classmates can answer, that's a good place to pose questions. The fifth, student resources, and the sixth is an academic engagement survey, which is due by this Thursday before midnight Mountain Time. In fact, your financial aid could be tied to it. And if you don't complete that academic engagement survey, you can be dropped from the class. So it is vitally important that that is completed by Thursday before midnight. Now, looking into Module 1, you'll have an introduction, brief introduction, read that. And your first graded assignment is where it says 1.2 welcome module. This is going to take you through a slide deck, little PowerPoint presentation about this class, and you're going to have to answer some questions as you go through the slide deck. And you can get up to 10 points for this. This is an easy way to get 10 points, and it proves that you read the material. So this is due by Thursday. Our due dates in here are going to be Thursdays and Sundays. The second thing you need to do is under Learning Materials 1.3, and you have 2 chapters to read, which are linked out from the webpage. Okay, you don't have to buy a book for this class. You don't have to go to the bookstore. All of your readings are going to be linked from what's on Canvas. So you need to read those 2 chapters. And it might not take you 90 minutes to do it. You may be able to do it in 30 or 45 minutes. Those are just average times, okay? Now, you have a discussion this week, which is what's your why, and that is your why of going to college. Why are you at CWI? What do you intend to gain by being here? And that discussion, the initial post has to be up by Thursday, again, before midnight. Now, very important that in your initial post and in all of your discussion posts, you answer every question or topic that is in the instructions or the prompt. Okay? Don't skip anything, writing complete sentences, and for every question or topic, start a new paragraph. So it'll tell you how many paragraphs you need to have. But just going through and writing one sentence is not going to give you any credit. Okay? Think more information is better here. All right, on these discussions. And by Sunday, the 24th, you need to have come back and responded to at least 2 classmates in a substantive response. Again, doesn't mean 1 or 2 sentences. All right, minimum 100 words there. So that is substantive, and you can't just say, oh, John, I loved what you said in your discussion. I agree with everything. That is not a good discussion response. You want to actually add to the quality of the discussion. Finally, on Sunday, you have a pathways assignment to do. It is about WOOP, goal setting, and WOOP is a process. And again, this is going to be like 4 good, robust paragraphs. And you might have some other questions to answer after that. So keep in mind, this is a writing intensive course. Please do not link out any of your assignments to a Word doc. Write your stuff in the assignment. I don't want to have to link out. And by week 2, I will start taking points off if that is the case. Now, if you have read the syllabus, you know what my late policy is. And I urge you that if for some excusable, documentable reason you are not going to be able to get your work done on time, let me know before that work is due. And if it is a documentable excuse, I will work with you. But things like I had to work an extra shift, my child was sick, my computer went down, I just lost track of time, I was procrastinating, these are not documentable reasons. Okay. I'm talking things like severe illness, like COVID, being in a car wreck, being in the hospital, a close family member dying, and you have to go attend the funeral out of town, those kinds of things. Very important. I hope none of those happen to you. But if they do, it is very important to be proactive. Don't come back the following week and say, "Oh, my grandmother died last week. I need extra time." No, no, got to be proactive, and that is in the syllabus. That's about all I can think of for week 1, but read that syllabus carefully, watch these announcements carefully, and I've given you some hints to do your best with these, so please take that advice, take those hints. If you need to reach out to me, you may email me with your CWI email address, or you may contact me during my drop-in hours on Friday. And all of that information about how to do that is in the syllabus. So I look forward to seeing you online. I look forward to working with you. And if there's anything you need or any questions you have, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let's have a great semester.